Let's begin. Taylor, if you'd like to introduce yourself, and I will let you know when the 2 minutes are up.
Hey everyone, I'm Taylor. I'm a third year student studying sports rehabilitation. I came to university being very much a home girl, and I did trampoline nationally. And coming to a uni where my main sport wasn't here, I found it quite nerve-wracking, but instantly the sporting community really welcomed me in. And I took part in cheer for the 3 years I was here, as well as attending many sports events like varsity, watching rugby games on a Wednesday, football games, and really enjoyed the whole experience. And I would say that sport has made my university experience completely. And within university, I've worked as a senior resident, and I love listening to student voice and helping them where I can. And I really feel like this role is the best of both worlds, where I get to listen to students as well as combining it with my passion for sport. And I really welcome to all your questions, and check out my manifesto points if you do have any questions at any point. I'm more than happy to talk to you about them. I feel like I'm a friendly, approachable person, and I'm more than welcome to listen to anyone that has any opinions. And yeah, I just can't wait to carry on with the elections. I've had so much support today, and it's been so overwhelming but amazing at the same time. And I can't wait to make St Mary's even better than I already think it is, and listen to you guys and what you feel like you're missing out on to make your university experience just as good as mine was. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Taylor. We will now begin with the questions. So the first one is actually coming from a student, and they have asked, how would you encourage first years to join sports teams they haven't been involved with before?
So I feel like I relate to this so much, because in first year I didn't know what sport to go for, but I recommend attending the Freshers Fair events and getting more sports clubs involved in running this, and running more open taster sessions and more fun for all sessions where everyone can attend. And also, one of my manifesto points is about running a sports day event where sports teams that already exist can try out other sports. And I feel like this would really get freshers involved, as well as running events such as Hall Stars that we have at the moment, which is based in halls, but maybe getting committee members from sports clubs that already exist to help run these. And that introduces the committee to the first year freshers who they might not be able to reach otherwise. And I feel like this networking would really help freshers getting involved.
Amazing. Sorry, I was just stopping the timer. Perfect. So the second question is that this year has been very difficult and led to the sports president, myself, having to adapt with the changes. Would you be willing to take on other responsibilities outside that sport president remit in order to deliver for our students, and how would you do that?
I would love to help both education and student life president with their roles, as I know you've been greatly involved with this year, and run some amazing campaigns throughout the year, which may not specifically be in your remit, but I feel like you did a really great job, and I'd love to carry on these campaigns that you've already set up, as well as introducing more campaigns. I have a really strong passion for well-being of students and how they're feeling and mental health, and I really feel like this, not only as a separate entity to the sports, could really benefit sports itself. And I've spoken with wellbeing and student services at the university already to see how I can get sports involved in a more direct route to the wellbeing services, and help in that way with running some more campaigns.
Amazing. Thank you. So question 3, if elected the sport president role, the sport president is actually the chair of the Students' Union trustee. Do you know what this entails, and how will you ensure confidentiality within the board?
So I've spoken with the current SABs at the moment, and been in a few drop-in sessions with them. And I've learned some information which I didn't know beforehand. I'm sure there's a lot more to learn if I were to get the role, and a lot more training to learn. But I know this involves chairing the meeting, so this will be including the main points of the meeting and creating a structure for the meeting to follow, so that everyone can follow in coordinated fashion, and everyone understands what's going on, as well as making meeting points and creating a document where what was discussed has been put on paper and shared around, so that everyone has this on a hard copy, and that suggestions that are made progressed with. So if an idea is put forward, making sure that in a following meeting that we've progressed in making that happen.
Perfect. Thanks, Taylor. So question 4, in the 1920 academic year, 81% of our sport club members were white undergraduate students. How do you plan going forward to engage those minority groups to join sports clubs next year?
I think this is a really good point that I looked into. And I think campaigning and creating more minority targeted campaigns. We did the Simmy's Girls Can. This has really caught on through the 3 years I've been here, and it's been such a big event, which I've always looked forward to each year. And creating this for other minority groups would really help out. I've been in contact and had someone on my campaign team actually, who's part of the BAME Society, and we've discussed how we could include them and how they feel they're missing out, and maybe having an open door policy where they can suggest what they feel they need at the uni, as well as everyone else that is already partaking in sport. I also think a positive that's come out of COVID is we're all using Zoom and online a lot more, and I feel like this could be used to our benefit for students such as postgraduates who may be an elder student who isn't living on campus and around for the evening sports, to run active and sporting classes online. So if they've been on campus and they go home, they can still be part of the sports community at the uni. And I feel like this would really help. And it is a positive that has come out of COVID, or the horrible thing that it was. But I think this is a positive that we can take with us.
Perfect. And the final question, Taylor, is actually from a student again. And they have asked, if COVID continues to affect the UK, how can you encourage virtual sporting activities? Also, as a sport president, you are involved in delivering active lifestyle campaigns. How will you ensure online engagement? I know it's quite wordy, so I can do it if you want.
Can you just read the first part, please?
So the question kind of is, how can you encourage virtual sporting activities and how can we ensure online engagement?
So I think this is a really great idea, and I think within a club, I'm currently cheer president. I think as well as having our face-to-face sessions, maybe including some virtual sessions to almost get extra training. So almost a conditioning session to the side, which isn't practicing the main event, or it's more like a drill. So when you come to training, you're almost already prepared. And I think this is a good way to get people involved virtually, as well as, like I said before, postgraduates running online classes, which are more accessible from home, which they can log into each week. They can book in advance, so they know on a Tuesday night I'm going to go home and I can still be involved. It's like going to a club, but if COVID is still around, they're still able to keep involved. And I also in my manifesto spoke about creating an app, and I feel like this is going to be a really good way for all the sporting community to know what's going on around campus and know about sporting events that may be occurring or online classes. And I feel like as we've all progressed on technology, I think an app is a really accessible way that everyone would use quite frequently in student life. Just flick through and just add it to the other apps we just bot between. And I think a Simmy's app would be really handy.
I think that's a good idea too. Amazing. Thank you, Taylor, for answering those questions. That is it for our Sports Hustings 2021. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. You can vote from next week, 8th of March, all the way through to the 12th. Voting closes on that Friday at 5 p.m, so do make sure you're voting in time. There'll be some goodies available once you have voted. Your names will be put into a prize draw where you can win Innocent Smoothies, Domino's Pizzas, Costa Coffee vouchers, and even an SMSU hoodie. You can follow us on @StMarysSU on Instagram to keep up to date with the elections, or through our website. Tune back in tomorrow at 6 p.m. to see our Student Life President Hustings, where Ben Wilkins and Ahmed El Hanna will be answering your questions. Thank you again, Taylor, for joining me this evening, and I hope you all have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.